Hello guys, in this video we are going to see the difference between get and post requests. So let's get started. The first difference is the get method is used to request data from a server, whereas post request or post method is used to submit data to the server for creating a resource. Get is used to retrieve information and resource from the server without making any changes to the server state. But post request, it is often used when you want to send the data to the server to be processed or potentially change the server state. So this is the first difference. I will show you a demo of this. So I have opened the Postman application. You can see two API. One is get for getting all user, post for creating a user. So you can see I will select the get user. I will hit this API, get API for retrieving all the users on this API, this URL, and this is the endpoint. So this is used for retrieving all the user. You can see you have got all the user, whereas the working of post is for creating a resource. So I will create a resource here while hitting this API. So you can see the status code is 201 created, so it will create a resource. Okay, and for get it will be 200 okay status code. So this is the first difference between get and post. Let's see the second one, which is parameter can be sent in the URL query string, but in post request you can send the data in request body, often usually used in JSON format. So here you can see for the post request I have taken a payload which is in JSON format. I have kept in body. So this is for post request, and in get request body is not given, like body is empty, and just you can, if you are filtering some user, you can pass a key and value pair which will be a question mark. For example, let's see id equal to 1. Let's keep it and see if only if you will get this id user having id 1. Okay, yeah, this is the second difference. Let's talk about the third one. Get requests are idempotent, whereas post requests are non-idempotent. It means like n number of time you will hit this get API, it will not change the data in the server or resource status in the server. Every time it will give you the same result. Okay, it will not modify or delete or any update any resource data. But in the case of post, each time you will click the post request or hit the post request, it will create a resource in the resource in the server. So you can see created 200 once, created something. So it is non-idempotent. Let's see the fourth one. Get request can be cached by browser and intermediately proxies because they are considered safe and idempotent, because it will not change the state of resource. So that's why like it can be cached, because even while hitting get API we will get the same resource, so it can be cached. But in the case of post, it will be not cached by default because the result might change. Okay, that's why. Now let's see the next difference. The data sent in get request is usually, now let's see the next difference. The data sent in a get request is usually visible in the URL query parameter, but the data passed or sent in post request, it is included in body request, so it is not visible easily. So in this term, get is not safe, post is safe. Okay, let's see in the application itself. While we were filtering the user which is having id 1, so you can say id 1, this data is seen easily by passing the, if someone is having this API, so you can identify like user, there is one user with id 1. But in case of creating a user, you can see the body, in body the data payload is passed, so it is not guess what this data is passed in the body. So that's why post is safe compared to get request. Now the last difference, get requests are typically limited in amount of data they can send. So, and post request can send higher amount of data since the data is included in the request body. Because due to the limitation of URL length and browser restriction, get requests are typically limited in the amount of data that can send. So they are better suited for retrieving small amount of data. But in post request, they can send larger amount of data since the data is included in the request body. This make it suitable for sending complex data structure or large payload. So that's why post is used for sending large data, but get is used for retrieving smaller amount of data. Yeah. So that's it. This is the major difference between get and post request. So bye, take care.